Yo, what is up, guys? It's Ryan and Justin, and we are back with another vlog. It is day 5 of our Texas trip. We're standing in front of the Six Flags Over Texas sign since we're an hour early because we just got off our lift, and we take off around 6 p.m. tonight. So we have all of our camera stuff with us, but we're dumb, and we forgot to think about what we're gonna do with our luggage. Thankfully, the hotel was nice enough to hold it for us, but that gives us slightly less time here.
Because we have to go back to the hotel to get our luggage before getting to the airport. So we have until, we'll probably have once the park opens, about 5 hours to get everything done. It's kind of a dreary day today. It is Easter Sunday, so we'll see how busy it gets. Don't really know. I've heard it can be super dead. I've heard it might be like extremely packed, so.
Yeah, so funny thing, my phone is out of storage and there's like, the files are not backing up to iCloud fast enough, so I'm gonna be using my Sony HX80, my old point and shoot. So if there's a little shaky moments, just bear with me. This is a backup camera now, but I'm super excited nonetheless to be at Six Flags Over Texas and bring you guys along for the experience. All right, we've officially entered the park, and if you guys are photographers, note this. They did not state this on the website, but Over Texas does not allow zoom lenses past, I think it was like 50 millimeters. And we have our 75-300s. Thankfully, they were nice enough to let us keep our bags and gear with us. We just cannot use it. So if you're coming to Six Flags Over Texas, be mindful of that the website is not accurate there. But nonetheless, we're happy to be in the park, and we are gonna head to Mr. Freeze first. Mr. Freeze is testing, but it's not open yet. So just kidding. We're gonna start out with our Batman clone. And I honestly forget what number Batman clone this is for me. But as usual, I will let you guys know what I think when I get off. All right, here we go. We're gonna get back seat. This might be one of my favorite Batman clones I've ever done. It's almost as intense as the one over Georgia, but it's actually more comfortable than that one too. So do with that as you will. That was credit 181. And next up, I think is gonna be Mr. Freeze if it actually opens. And I'm being for real this time. Okay, so we just got off ride number 1 on Mr. Freeze. It is very weird doing it forward, but it is still awesome. And we're gonna try it again in the front row. But first, I gotta pee. Mr. Freeze front row going forward is absolutely insane. In that part over here, let me show it on camera, where you're exiting out of the top hat going reverse, it slams you down into your seat so hard. Like, I almost hit my head on the restraint. That's how forceful it is. But this, oh my goodness, and the launch going forward actually hits different though, because the wind is flying in your face, unlike going backwards.
The launch up the spike is such a weird feeling. And I just want to do it backwards now, because like, that's so weird, because I don't even know how to describe it. Unlike anything I've ever ridden, that thing is so cool. So unique, despite having a clone, so unique. Might be my favorite coaster in Texas so far.
Yeah, and for context, he has not been to St. Louis, and I have been. But I really don't know which one I like more, because like, it's like different, but it's uniquely different. It's almost like sitting in different seats, if you say so. I will say this, for this ride going forward, I do like front row most, and that's no contest.
I agree.
So, this is neck and neck so far with Iron Rattler for favorite coaster in the state, and unless something else dethrones it here, we're gonna keep on going with our day. Yo, is that a coaster engineer? Wow, I zoomed in way too far.
Oh, me.
He's working and he's in his element doing his favorite thing.
I'm playing with trains, man. The best job in the whole wide world.
And we're gonna ride the train.
Well,
good.
And also don't be throwing your loose articles off the train ride, like your hats, backpacks, fanny packs, brothers, sisters, mothers, exes, wives, anything at all. If you don't want them, well, chances are we don't either. Up ahead of us today is the Charles Jefferson Patton. It is an authentic narrow gauge 242 steam locomotive, 126 years old. In fact, it is the oldest operating train in the entire state of Texas. And yes, it is a real steam locomotive. We got real fire that cooks real water that makes real steam that powers the steam locomotive.
So we just took the best train ride ever.
The best train ride ever!
Better than Dollywood, because Marshall is a comedian, as you guys know.
I don't know about comedian, but...
Wait.
Get off! Y'all have an amazing day, okay? Bye!
And Marshall dropped us off right at New Texas Giant, which is gonna be my 183. And it is the OG RMC hybrid coaster. So, this is kind of iconic. I don't really have the highest of expectations for it since it's the first, but I do expect it to be fun. And let's go!
Go and go choo-choo and chug-chug.
Bye! I don't know about you, Justin, but I just love seeing Marshall in his element.
Absolutely.
Like, not only is it his home park in Six Flags Over Texas, but he just loves trains so much, and he's so passionate about it. You can tell just from riding with him. And also, he's just one of our best friends on earth. So, Marshall, if that's the only video I get of you driving the train, I'm sorry. I was trying to get a whistle blow, but hey, I met your request.
But follow him, Coaster Engineer.
Yes.
His Instagram's Coasters and Engineer Trains. That's his thing.
Yeah.
So
We love
awesome.
Marshall.
He is so nice, so energetic, and literally just one of the best people I've ever met.
And we might see him later today, depending on how this day goes.
But if you're ever at Six Flags Over Texas, check for Marshall on the train.
Absolutely. Okay, New Texas Giant is awesome. Dare I say the airtime might be as strong as Iron Rattler, if not in some moments stronger.
I would say some of the moments are as strong, but then towards the end, the airtime definitely dies down.
Yeah, it definitely slows down.
Graceful floater hills, which honestly is kind of a breath of fresh air for an RMC.
Yeah, and like, you also got to remember, like, it's not even fully warmed up yet, and it's only like 65, 66 degrees out here right now. So if it warms up anymore, this thing could seriously speed up. And I really like this ride. It's probably my number 3 RMC, no joke. I loved it.
It's probably just outside the top 5 for me. One thing I have noticed about this park is they really, really love long queue lines and long exits.
Yes.
My feet are in much pain from the past few days, and having to walk half a mile to get to every coaster station is starting to take its toll on me.
Yeah. We're gonna go over and ride Titan real quick though, and then we'll come back for some re-rides on this. All right, we've arrived to Titan. Once again, has a mile-long queue. And just see that orange track over here to the left behind the trees? That's the double helix. That thing is massive. And I've heard rumors that this double helix is even more intense than the Goliath helix at Six Flags Over Georgia. So, yeah, this is a Gaia Vanilla Hyper, which is one of 2 in the world, the only 2 hyper coasters they made, and I'm super excited to give it a try. Look at this layout. You go up this big lift, go down this drop, go into this huge in-bank turn, and then you come out of it. I think you go into this airtime hill right here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you go up into this double helix and then go out to the rest of the layout. And there's the train right here. They just got back from their ride. All right, first back row ride on Titan was interesting. It had a little bit more floater than I was expecting. The helixes were pretty forceful. There's 2 double helixes. I will say the 1 single helix on Goliath is definitely more forceful though, so that was wrong. But one thing I will say is this ride is glossy smooth and the restraints are pretty comfortable. And you even catch some pretty sick laterals too, which is a little odd for a hyper coaster. So overall, not a bad ride, probably in my top 10 for the state, but it met expectations. Ride number 2 was in row 4. And actually that made a huge difference. The helix is definitely a lot more forceful up in the front. The airtime is subtly better. And wow, I mean, other than the drop being a little slower up in the front, I really liked it up there. And this is definitely in my top 10, maybe even top 5 for the state. I love this ride. And we're gonna go get some other credits right now. Actually, I think we're gonna ride New Texas Giant first, but then we'll get some credits. But overall, really impressed with that coaster. I don't see the hate for it. And yeah, just stick along for the adventure. Sorry, I'm like rambling. Probably because I'm tired. All right, so they have these gator animatronics in Runaway Mountains line, and it just scared the poop out of us. Wow, so heads up if you ride this ride, it's not a real gator. Runaway Mountain, what the heck
was that?
Weird restraints. Actually, surprisingly, I'd say it's a little intense because it's so disorienting. And unlike Flight of Fury, it's actually pitch black, and it is a really thrilling ride. So I definitely recommend if you're at Six Flags Over Texas, do not skip out on that credit.
You cannot tell where you're going, and there's some helixes in there that are like crazy intense. Some of the transitions, like there's a transition after one of the mid courses that Ryan and I just like, we yelled, like we screamed. I'm not a screamer. We screamed. That was wild.
That was insane.
I knew nothing about this ride.
Neither did I. Definitely better than Skull Mountain at Great Adventure. Love this coaster. Don't sleep on it. Next up is Shockwave, the Schwarzkopf looper, and look at that. It's got a 100% circular loop. I know you can only see half of it from here. And we're gonna go in the back car. And the one at Over Georgia, they took the back car off. So not only did I miss the credit, but I also didn't get to experience that one at full length of a train. This one, I will have that experience. So I'll let you guys know what I think when I get off. Yo, Shockwave was nuts. Backseat with the lap bars. It's actually a pretty smooth ride with some slightly rough transitions, but nothing too crazy. You get those are two of the most intense vertical loops I've ever been on in my life, especially the exit of the loops. It's just insane. There's also like 4 different ejector airtime hills. So really like that ride. Definitely in my top 10 for the state, and yeah, go Shockwave. Just got off another Pandemonium model, 3rd one I've been on, and probably the 3rd best. But it's so subjective because your experience is different every single time. So take that as you will. We're gonna get this water coaster out of the way. It's Aquaman. It's the new one for Six Flags Over Texas. Oh boy. Oh, a little misty. Well, I got a little bit wet, but it could have been worse. That's called my Shakira hip flash. I'm kidding. Anyway, that ride was a little nutty. Butter smooth. It has a little bit of a launch. I was too focused on not getting wet to focus on the airtime, but hey, I got the credit.
The airtime was great. Ryan was too focused doing this. The backwards launch over the hill is like almost Pantheon, not gonna lie. And then that backward spike is great too. The airtime is great, not too wet. I mean, a little bit, but that was really fun. I would ride it again.
Yeah, also that credit 188 is gonna be Judge Roy Scream. It's one of the oldest, if not the oldest roller coaster in Texas, for sure the oldest in the park. And it's the only wooden roller coaster in the park. So here we go. Judge Roy Scream. That was something. Yeah, that was one of the roughest coasters I've ever done in my life. I would say that it probably only had a couple good airtime moments because it was rough, not because it was designed to be. It wasn't terrible. That's a one and done for me. Echo! Hello in there! If you get that reference.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Not super rough in my opinion. Silent wheel seat back row. I thought it was fun. Pretty good airtime pops, so.
I didn't like it. Okay, so Mini Mine Train might have the smallest trains I've ever been on in my life. Yes, Teddy Bear, Woodstock Express, even smaller than those. Justin and I were pretty much like
Butt to butt.
Butt to butt. Our knees were literally like on the front of the train. There was no space for us at all, but hey, we got the credit, and that is 189. This would have been the final credit I needed, and it is currently closed. Ride number 3 on Titan was row 3, and that slapped. It's running even faster than earlier. Those helixes are no joke up in the front half of the train. Probably, maybe tied with New Texas Giant for my favorite in the park. Oh, and then there's Mr. Freeze. They got a really solid lineup here. We just got off ride number 2 on Texas Giant. Same exact seat as earlier in the back right. And it was really, really, really good. Marshall said that it was the newest train. And, yep, he's been summoned.
It was very good, and I hate the ride, but it was good.
Yeah, so
Dark ride, by the way.
according to Marshall, this is the fastest it's ran in over a year, so I feel pretty blessed.
Because it always runs trim. And for some reason, it's just not right now. So that's pretty cool.
But yeah, really love that ride. I got it neck and neck for my favorite coaster in the state of Texas. I really do like the Mr. Freeze here, but I think I do like the one over in St. Louis just a hair more. That's no shot at this Mr. Freeze here though. I'm just gonna quit rambling here. Okay, so a lot has happened in the last hour. We met up with Marshall and we managed to sneak in one more ride in on Shockwave in the back seat, and one more backseat ride on Mr. Freeze. And those two rides were incredible. And with that, if you can't tell by the background, we are walking out of the park and the coaster portion of our trip has sadly commenced. It's over. It's over.
It's over. The Texas trip. It's over. It's okay. Hey, we still get to take off in an airplane. That's like kind of like a launch coaster, right?
Yes. We are both exhausted. We aren't even gonna lie. Like, we are so sad that we have to leave each other, but at the same time, we're both so excited to get home, see our family and friends, and just chill out and get back to our normal lives for a bit. But
dude, despite everything that has happened on this trip, all of the just nonsense that went down earlier this week, this has been a fantastic trip.
yes.
And I don't think, given the situation, I don't think it could have gone any better.
No.
I'm so happy with how it played.
And really, in the grand scheme of things, the only major credits we missed were Boardwalk Bullet, Great White, and what? Frontier City.
Boomerang at
Yeah.
Fiesta Texas with the new
Frontier
train.
City.
I'm quite excited for that.
So what, maybe a whole 8 coasters we missed out of them all? Not bad, not bad at all. Thank you, Marshall, for being the best free Uber driver we could ever ask for.
5 stars.
I would have brought the train if I could have. I would have brought y'all on the
He's been
train.
driving us around all day.
Yeah!
All right, I'm
great
gonna
seeing
miss
y'all.
Marshall, but it was great to see him for just a couple hours.
I'll miss y'all too. Best train operator any park ever. Let's go.
Yes. This is the sad part of the trip where Justin and I split up. Sad face.
Look how beautiful the sunset is. Well, it's not quite sunset, but still it's a pretty sky. Just look at this airfield. I do not want to leave this beautiful state.
Well, you can calm down with your mouth now, and I'll see you in the morning, see you in the morning. 'Cause right now we're not getting anywhere, no. You're stressed out with the news on, boots on, screaming in my ear. 'Cause right now we're not getting anywhere. Stay right here. I think I just need to bail out, bail out. I think I just need to bail out, bail out. Stay right here. I think I just need to bail out, bail out. I think I just need to bail out. Brother freaks out when I come around, says he'll kill me in the morning, kill me in the morning.
Yo, what is up, guys? Ryan from The Feature here. 2 weeks later, I'm editing this vlog, and I realized I didn't make an outro. And the reason for that was because I was a little bit overwhelmed. I was anxious to see Leah, my girlfriend, and get off the plane and get home. There were so many people around me, even late at night, so I just didn't feel like vlogging then, and I forgot to make an outro when I got home. So thank you guys for following along with this epic coaster trip. But a ton of fun, and I'm so grateful for you guys' support throughout the years. So with that being said, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more. Keep God number one. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And we'll catch you guys next time here at Christian Coasters.